And I hope that you will all be here for my 85th birthday party and the dedication of this remarkable place that Raquel has just been telling you about. So there's lots of stuff in the works, and just to add a little footnote to the bioremediation idea of using plants and mushrooms to remediate the toxic soil, we're working with a scientist from UC Riverside's Department of Environmental Toxicology. So it's not like we're going off on our own crazy idea.
But that's okay too.
That's okay too, yes.
So I hope you'll we'll send you updates on that on our website. So welcome everyone to the Los Angeles EcoVillage. The Los Angeles EcoVillage neighborhood is the 2 blocks of Bimini from 1st to 2nd Street and the dead-end street known as White House Place. And then there's the EcoVillage intentional community, and that is the 45 people that have moved here intentionally to demonstrate higher quality living patterns at lower environmental impacts. And they live mostly in the building adjacent to this fence and the building next door. And then we also, and so that those 2 buildings are owned by our co-op, our urban soil co-op, and the land underneath the buildings are owned by our Beverly, Vermont Community Land Trust. And that Community Land Trust has actually started a land trust movement in the city of Los Angeles. So stay tuned to hear about more and more stuff going into community land trusts and keeping rents and permanently affordable for at least 99 years anyway. So that's the neighborhood is 2 blocks. The intentional community is 45 people. And then we have this LA EcoVillage Institute, one of our 3 nonprofit organizations that acquired this property in 2016 and is going to end up doing and being all the things that Raquel so wonderfully described to you. So thank you all for coming. We're very excited to actually have this talent show today. This is our 2nd in a series of 4 talent shows where we hope you will get a lot of energy tips too for saving energy, saving water, and having yourselves a higher quality of life at a lower environmental impact. And if any of you decide you want to start an EcoVillage in your neighborhood, let us know, because we're talking to people about these things, and a lot of people are really interested. So with that, I am going to turn it over to Raquel.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
I forgot to mention, this has all been possible from a grant from the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. They have given us a grant in order to encourage us to meet our neighbors and share energy saving tips, as Lois has briefly mentioned. And if you guys have any questions regarding your water bill or your electric bill, or if you are notice something in your house that you wish was a little more efficient, feel free to contact me, Lois, or Angela, and we're more than happy to consult with you to make sure that you are saving all the money that you are eligible for and are just getting the most. I'm like really good. I'm getting a free fridge, y'all. So yeah. Go ahead, Lois.
Okay, just a few little logistics here. For the bathroom, go inside the hall, watch your step, there's a very steep ramp there, and go all the way around to the corner where the fence is, but you'll be inside and there's the bathroom. So water, if you hopefully you brought your own water bottles. There's a big thermos of cool water that I just filled right there behind
Leslie?
No, the little one who has the most amazing name. Tell us your name really loud.
Shiwi?
Thank you. Right behind her is the water. So you got bathroom and you got water and you got to watch your step because everything's uneven here. And one more thing I'll tell you that's kind of exciting about our streetcar tracks. We were the last stop for the old yellow line streetcar, which closed down in 1962. But we're going to bring an old streetcar back onto the tracks, and it's going to be a mini public transportation museum. So stay tuned. There's lots of stuff going on in the next few years. Okay, now, who do I turn it over to? Angela. Introducing Angela. Yay! Angela, wait, so then I need a sermon. I need a
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. I'm not the most talented person in the room, so
No negative affirmations.
yeah. I will just get it started and welcome Adrian to the stage.
Thank you for that nice applause. It's great to see everybody here today. I'm really enthused by community. It's really nice. Thanks. I had lovely conversations with all of you. I've been indirectly affiliated with EcoVillage just by literally seeing the garden on a bicycle ride one day and then stopping in and seeing the piano inside, and which Lois so lovingly has preserved in the lobby and is where the show used to take place. But I thought, well, what could I do for today? And I thought I could tell a story. So I have an elder brother. His name is Neil. He's 5 years older than me. And he's a genius. He's a mathematician, chemist, scientist, physicist. And he had a best friend named Rusty. And they went to a private school together in the mountains where I grew up above Palm Springs. And from a very early age, I became aware of metaphysics, of the world beyond the physical, through a series of prayers and experiments. And I was trying to convey to them that we were a spirit in a physical body and that there was reincarnation. And 5 years older than me, they had no interest in being scientists. They said, that's not proven. That's just not true. It doesn't happen. I said, well, there's people who can like tell your future and tell you about your past lives. And they said, no, science has no record of that. It's not true. It doesn't happen. So we were at loggerheads for a long time. So during their private school years, they became inseparable buddies. Rusty was more gregarious than my brother Neil, who was nerdier, but they were actually working on becoming the Bill Gates of the late 80s, early 90s. They were writing software for computers and they wanted to dominate the world. And in about 15 or so years went by, and my brother succumbed to a congenital condition, which is an embolism, which is where the physiology of the brain it negates an interim structure. So our brains go artery, vein, capillary. That's how we reduce the pressure of the blood to our mental faculties. My brother had a condition where it went artery, capillary. Oh. And many people have this, and it's when you succumb to the hemorrhage, it's over, generally. But they decided that he had a 50-50 chance of living. So I set up a prayer circle. I called a psychic friend, and he contacted a bunch of nuns, and it goes local, national, and I believe internationally, and they send all of their positive healing strength to the person that's suffering. And my brother went in and had surgery, and had a second surgery and a third surgery, and was able to maintain most of his physical faculties, although there was some compromise with this condition. And after he came out of the hospital, I had had a reading by a past life reader, who was a French woman, a friend of mine named Dominique, who lives in France. And it was so profound that I said to my brother, I said, well, there is a reason for everything, so why don't you have a past life reading from Dominique? And he said, okay. So after the reading, he said, well, I went to Dominique. I said, well, how did it go? He said, Adrian, she stuck her hand out and put her finger in the middle of the center of the surgery under my hair, which had grown back and was invisible to the naked eye, and said, you were struck in the head here with a club, like in Neanderthal times. Now, my brother had shared with me on many occasions that he thought that he ran a small village or a small city as in king capacity or general capacity, and that he had failed, and that he had caused the deaths of many others in a previous incarnation in this capacity. And at this time, he had also no longer been friends with Rusty. They had gone their separate ways for about 15 years. But I had maintained a friendship with Rusty, and Rusty was living in Seattle. So I went to visit Rusty, and I asked him what he'd been up to. And he said, well, I've been doing past life regressions. And I said, well, how's it going? He said, well, interestingly enough, I asked him, I said, did anything come up? He said, yeah, interestingly enough, I was like a caveman, and I killed the leader of our tribe with a club. I hit him in the head, and I ate his brain so that I could understand what he understood, so that I could be a better leader of the clan that we were in. And I said, have you talked to Neil? And he goes, no, we don't talk. I said, well, you killed him in a past life. That's my story.
Thank you so much for that interesting story. So Lois wanted me to read you some of these energy saving tips. So bear with me. You may or may not know that. Do you know why you should turn off a fan when you leave a room?
Save energy.
Sure. Fans don't cool the air. They only cool people by blowing warm, still air across their skin. So it's basically like taking the hot little heat waves that you have here like away. So the motor on the fan actually adds heat to the room. Another reason to turn it off when you leave. Yeah, I learned that one the hard way. And so now Angela, who is next? Andoni, please welcome up to the stage.
Hi everyone. I'm gonna read a poem I wrote.
Yay!
It's a love poem, so it might be corny, but here we go. All through the night, I hear sounds that keep me floating in viscous dreams. An owl imploring me to weigh in on subjects I'm simply not qualified to opine on. A possum exploring the spaces others don't visit, beneath the house, among the brush, and finding cool new toys and gadgets to play with. I float, the sounds lifting my mind and body in and out of here and now, and then I see you, your dampened brow, your slender neck, and I feel those moments that put you here play out again before me, always more vibrant, always something new to discover, like the best movies, like the best everything. Your gentle smell, the nervous sweat of nightmares overcome, feels kind to me, and brave and wise, and it helps me build my case. You must not be real. You can't be. These things don't happen outside of dreams and movies or books. Love like this, like I feel, like you make me feel, isn't real. So the owl too and the possum must not be real. All through the night in these viscous dreams I float and wonder what I must do not to wake up and lose you. Because this magic can't be real, but I'll take it, and I'll keep taking it until the well runs dry and my body sinks back to reality. I'll float as long as I have to hold on to this dream because of you. Because although I know you can't be real, I believe in you, and I believe in us, and I believe in the owl and the possum, and I believe in the love that my dreams have made up, and I believe that I have it with you.
Thank you so much for sharing that wonderful, wonderful poem. I believe in all of you. Thank you so much for being here and sharing with each other. I think it's beautiful. Angela? Melanie, please come on up.
Hi everyone, my name is Melanie, and today I'll I'll be singing a song for you. But I'd like to share a little bit before I do, if that's okay.
Of course.
So, I work in the service industry. I work at Whole Foods in Silver Lake, to be exact. Please come and visit. So, as you could imagine, working in the service industry leaves lots of room for you to want to do the thing that we are doing every day, which is to self-soothe, to deal with being alive and being dying beings all the time. And so one thing that I have always done from the time I was very, very young was I couldn't, my family couldn't afford to do sports or dance or do anything fancy. But what I could afford is to put on karaoke YouTube videos and sing them. So that's what I'm gonna do today. And I would actually really, really enjoy it. And again, that is how I have always self-soothed. And so I would love to invite you guys, if you wanna look it up, the lyrics, for the song Been to Canaan by the artist Carole King. I would love if you would sing with me and self-soothe. I see a hand over there. All right. So yeah, like I said, that's the extent of my musical training as well. I do not sing, but I am human, so I self-soothe. And I know you do too. Okay, so here it is. You guys got it?
Yeah.
Green fields and rolling hills, room enough to do what we will. Sweet dreams of yestertime are running through my mind, of a place I left behind. Been so long I can't remember when. I've been to Canaan and I wanna go back again. Been so long, I'm leaving till then. 'Cause I've been to Canaan and I won't rest until I go back again. I actually don't know this part. You guys sound great. I could hear the two of you. Somewhere else, I try to do what I can, but with our day-to-day demands, we all need a promised land. And it's been so long, I can't remember when. I've been to Canaan and I wanna go back again. Been so long, I'm leaving till then. 'Cause I've been to Canaan and I won't rest until I go back again. Oh, I wanna be there in the winter time, with a fireplace burning to warm me, and you to hold me when it's stormy. Been so long, I can't remember when. I've been to Canaan and I wanna go back again. Been so long, I'm living till then. 'Cause I've been to Canaan and I won't rest until I go back again. 'Cause I've been to Canaan and I won't rest until I go back again. That's it.
Thank you so much for sharing your angelic voice with us. I agree that that was pretty soothing. Thank you. Thank you. I want to tell you a little more about the LA EcoVillage. We actually have a chicken coop. Actually, in the middle of the garden courtyard, we have lots of chickens that give us lots of eggs, and we also have a rooster that you might have heard over at the Learning Garden that Lois saved that little patch of land from becoming a parking lot. They had an old, how old was that sycamore? I mean, ancient.
It's still there.
I know, thanks to you.
Oh, planted in 1911.
1911, and they wanted to just cut it down. Come on in. Way to go, Lois. Okay, I'm going to read another one of Lois's energy saving tips. Okay.
I can't take credit for it, but I'm very good at asking Google the right questions.
Yes. Sometimes she sends me Google searches, and it's like, thanks, I can keyword too. All right, so number 2, close your drapes or drop down your window shades during the day. Why?
Keep the heat out.
Absolutely. Keeping sunlight out during the heat of the day keeps the house cooler. In winter, doing the opposite lets the warm sunlight in. Consider moving your furniture around with the seasons to take advantage of or avoid the sun. Eating breakfast near a sunny window can start your chilly winter day off. I actually do like waking up with the sun, and it's really hard during the winter to do that. So I think I probably will move somewhere near a window. So yeah. Great, thank you so much. We have Kelly coming to the stage.
Got greeted by the tree. Hey everyone. I'll just move this. Hi, thanks so much for having this. This is so lovely. Here we go. Thanks. I'm a comedian, so that's what we're gonna do. Couldn't figure out the mic stand, so I'm obviously a professional. So I have a really big family. I have one cousin that lives out here with a 3-year-old son, and they live up in the valley. I get to see them as much as I usually would want to this year because of the pandemic, and they've been really super locked down. And they haven't had him in school or anything like that. And I think that it really messed this kid up because he eats hot dogs from the side, like this way. Like, this kid can't go to school, like he's either gonna be bullied or be the bully, My cousins are fun. They're all spawning. There's so many kids. There's so many little ones running around. My godson, who's 9, recently told me that Olivia Rodrigo was an icon, a legend, the moment. And his older sister, who's 11, she told me, Kelly, I'm not dating until I'm a professional soccer player. Oh. And I don't know if this can be genetic. I hope it is, because I really think the gay gene hit that family. So proud. We love them. My family is funny. My dad, he's an anomaly of a human. He's a yogi, he's a vegan, and he's also a Trump supporter. What? Yeah. So he's the only person you'll see drinking a kombucha at the insurrection, He's probably doing a Warrior 2 in his Parlor profile picture. He's a funny person. I'm trying to think of what else that I can say that's family friendly. I haven't cursed yet, have I? No. Okay, cool. I recently buzzed and bleached my hair. Yeah, thank you. I was kind of going for like a cool Miley Cyrus vibe, but it came out a little more yellow, and I think I have some Marshall Mathers energy, you know? Just like, I was going for like a Kristen Stewart, like peak lesbian coolness, and instead I've got like I'm kind of like Pete Davidson, just with softer tattoos, you know? Like when I spike my hair out, I think I look like Guy Fieri, you know? Do you guys know what happens when Guy Fieri gets COVID? Okay, we'll try it again. What happens when Guy Fieri gets COVID?
What?
He gets kicked off the train to Flavortown. Oh, guys. I actually know firsthand because I was fully vaccinated and I got COVID. And being fully vaccinated and getting COVID is kind of like the Biden administration. You know, it could have been way worse, but we are not out of the woods, you know? But I got COVID. I figured out I had COVID. I thought I had a really bad cold. But actually, I was like cooking, and I tasted the chicken at the beginning of cooking. It was too salty. And then by the time I sat down to eat the meal, my taste and smell were gone. So I quite literally got kicked off the train to Flavortown.
No flavor.
All right. I'll leave you guys with one more thing. I'm originally from New York. But my family were Dodgers fans. I actually went to a Dodgers from the Brooklyn Dodgers. I went to a Dodgers game recently, and they scored 25 runs, which I'm not a sports person, but that's a lot. And it's insane. And it's actually probably the same number of times I got tested in the parking lot this past year. But I love, the one thing I do love, my family is all Yankee fans, or became Yankee fans, but my favorite thing about New York is Mets fans, because I think they are the truest form of New Yorkers. Like, you can see a Yankee hat anywhere in the world, but a Mets hat, if you see that, you are in LaGuardia Airport, you know? Like, and Mets fans are culture carriers, you know? They're the type of people who will call into a radio station and be like, hey, this is Tony, I'm from Syosset, I love my Mets, and I am WBAB. Or it's like, you know, it's, hey, Tammy, I'm from Wantaw, on the way to the beach with my girls, go Mets, and I am WBAB. Like, that is every Mets fan. I'll give you one more example, and then I'll get out of here. So, do you guys remember the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire? Yeah. Which is honestly, like, the only Spider-Man, in my opinion. But no? All right. Well, we'll talk later. So, in the original Spider-Man, at the end, I don't know if you guys remember this, but Spider-Man was in a pickle. He had a cable car full of kids in one hand and Mary Jane in the other, Green Goblin causing trouble, and we do not know how he's going to get out of it. And what happens? A pedestrian starts throwing trash at the Green Goblin and says, hey, buddy, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. Camera pans up. That guy is wearing a Mets hat. And my name is Kelly Riley. You guys have been so wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kelly, so much about telling us about your funny friends and family. I gotta say, I like, what is it? Into the Spider-Verse. I'm sure I am Spider-Man somewhere in some multiverse. Maybe a version of Gwen. We'll see. All right. One more. Why should you wash your clothes in clean water? Yes. In cold water.
What was the last number?
Let's see. 90% of the energy used to wash your clothes is for heating the water. Cold water is just as effective for getting clothes clean with today's high efficiency washers and cold water formulated detergents. Yeah, actually, I have seen a lot of detergents that say now like cold water formulated, and like I had mentioned earlier, if you have an inefficient washer, I can help you get a new one or a fancy one with some rebate money back. So, yeah. Who do we have next? Oh yes, I've been looking forward to Rachel since she's walked in here with that. Please come up. Would you like a stool?
Thank you. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a chair with a back on it.
She doesn't want one.
I'm
It's
good.
okay.
Thank you. I'm gonna be tapping my foot away, but thank you, Lois, and thank you, everyone. It's so nice to be here. It's my first time here at the EcoVillage. Woo! This is marvelous. Wow, I love it here. My name is Rachel Gula. I use she/they pronouns, and I'm from Thousand Oaks on Chumash territory. Right now, we're on the unceded territory of the Chumash and Tongva people. I want to acknowledge that. And I'm going to be sharing an original song that I wrote for you, that I wrote while I was in so-called Washington, D.C. on Anacostan territory with the Sunrise Movement. We were advocating, woo, shout out Sunrise. That's how I met Angela here. We met at the Youth Climate Strike, which is why I'm here, so thank you for inviting me. So I'll be performing a song that I wrote. It has to do with the Green New Deal and the Civilian Climate Corps. So at the end, there's a call and response part where I would love for y'all to participate. I'll be saying, it's getting hot in here. You're gonna say, so hot.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, let's pass a CCC. You're gonna say, right now.
Right now.
So let's practice. It's getting hot in here.
So hot.
Let's pass a CCC.
Right now.
You'll be great. You'll be great.
With your foot. Wow. Nice.
Test. Okay. Yeah, this tree is so nice in the shade. So grateful. Is this an oak
It's an oak,
tree?
yeah.
Wow, I love it. We rise up onto the streets, showing up to stand in solidarity. For we are all connected, like the forest to the sea. We'll stand together, hand in hand, rising up on this stolen land. Protect the water from the oil industry. Stand up for indigenous sovereignty. It's evidence that change is in the air. We stand together for a greener New Deal. Civilian Climate Corps, our planet needs to heal. People over profit, come on, let's be real. Time is of the essence, act with urgency. Dream of our future and all the possibilities. Woo! Livable wages from union jobs, building back regeneratively. Spreading kindness, compassion, empathy. Clean power, renewable energy. We will come together harmoniously. We have the science and technology. Come on, let's shift the legislative policy. We are rising like the tides and temperatures. Temperatures, it's getting hot in here.
hot.
Okay, yes, let's do it. It's getting hot in here.
So
Let's
hot.
pass the CCC.
Right now.
Yeah. Woo, one more time. Okay. It's getting hot in here.
So hot.
Let's pass the CCC.
Right now.
We are getting so hot, we're gonna get a good job. You're gonna get a good job. It's hot, so hot. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yay. All right, this was fun. Yeah, remember to be kind to one another. Yeah, and if you're interested in learning how to take action, honortheearth.org. They're doing amazing work against pipelines and protecting the water. So, thank you.
That was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that little groovy jam with us. I love the message, and you are so talented. One band human here. Wow, impressive. Alicia, can we welcome Alicia to the stage? Yes. Woo! While Alicia is getting ready, one more thing. Let's see. Wrap or cover your foods and drinks in the refrigerator. When foods release moisture, they make the compressor work harder to keep the unit cold. Take a few seconds to put some plastic wrap on that to trap the moisture. Better yet, put that in a reusable container with a lid to avoid having to throw away the plastic wrap. Yeah, I really dislike plastic wrap. It's like, I mean, it has its purposes, but like single use, I mean, just get a container, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When you're ready, just come up on the stage. Let us know if you need anything. Thank you. Okay, how about I tell you more about the EcoVillage. So I don't know if you guys know, but we have a bulk room. What is a bulk room? So the bulk room here, basically we buy a bunch of dry goods in bulk. So rice, beans, nuts, all kinds of stuff. Oh, even things like toilet paper, laundry detergent, all kinds of things. So if you have a container, and it's open to anyone. You don't have to live at the EcoVillage to be a part of our bulk room. If you have a container, then you can save not only the plastic that gets used in giving you the food, but also you can save money. Yeah, and I don't know if you're familiar with Azure, A-Z-U-R-E. We are also a not Dropbox, but like a drop location for Azure. So you can buy a bunch of things like this supermarket type thing, and then they'll deliver them here at a discount, and you can just pick them up from here. So,
All organic.
yeah, all organic.
What else? Where's the front page of the energy tips, where you get to ask the question? And I mean, you've been asking the question.
Well, you can come up and say them, Lois. Sure, come on up. Another thing I want to mention is the LA EcoVillage, this building in particular. Oh, and the one next door also has gray water from their kitchen sink and washer. So they go to, all that excess water goes into feed nutrients for the plants and trees around us. Oh, it is your sheet. I just, you can still, I can tell you which one I haven't read so far.
Oh, does that assume that I didn't hear what you already did? Oh, you thinking I recommended already?
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay, well.
So tell us, where was I then?
Oh, well, that's a very interesting question. I think we should have quite a discussion about it.
Oh, okay, sure.
I'm going to kind of tell you where you were on this.
Or you can just start at the bottom.
Oh, well, that would be cheating, wouldn't it? Okay, I have a bum left knee, but that doesn't mean it's not going to get better.
Right.
They've got this this process now. They can take some of your blood, and then they can treat it. It's called platelet-enriched plasma. And then they are going to enrich my blood plasma, and then shoot it back into my knee, which will then grow new cartilage.
Is that like doping?
Huh?
Is that like what the? Is that like doping? Like what the those bicycle cyclists do?
You mean something illegal?
Well, I don't know. Are you in a race?
Well, I am in a race because I plan to live to be 100, because it's probably going to take us that long to get this thing done here. On the other hand, with Raquel and Angela around, it could happen a lot faster, so I could die a lot sooner.
Retire.
Well, you know, the big thing is to get buried in the mushroom.
Oh yes, me too.
Okay, guys, let's see. Let's see. What did you not hear? I can read these to myself and see and remember. Remember. I think I forgot to put a page in here. Here's a good one. If you're waiting for someone how many people drive automobiles here? About half, 2/3. Okay. If you're waiting for someone in your motor vehicle, turn off your engine while you're waiting. Why?
Environment.
It's polluting.
Why else? That's true, but it's not the most important reason. I mean, it is a very important reason. I do sound like I'm contradicting myself. However,
Heat.
did you know that every gallon of gasoline that you burn emits 22 pounds of carbon into the atmosphere? So you're sitting there. I do this all the time. People come and they park and they wait, and I knock very sweetly on their window because their windows are up because they're so afraid of being in our neighborhood. I say, it's safe, and I give them a great big smile. Oh, your window down. Oh, would you mind? And I can do this in español también, pero poquito. Would you be so kind as to turn your engine off while you're waiting? And then they look at me very quizzically. Why? You know? And then I tell them the fact, and they, you know, kind of glaze over. And sometimes they have children in the car, and I say, what? I said, you know, this is not just for you, but it's for your children and your grandchildren. And sometimes they actually turn their engine off, but a lot of times they just don't. They roll their eyeballs and they think I'm this crazy old lady. But it's important that people have that fact of how and then also on top of it all, and then this is the thing sometimes that will make them turn it off. In the city of Los Angeles, it is illegal to leave your car engine going for more than 5 minutes. So, a little fact to put in the back of your head there. So now I am so excited to introduce to you Alicia.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. My apologies for being late. I went to a Qigong session this morning with Lee Conger and rode my bike over there, and it was hot, and then I was like, can I make it today? And I got home and saw that that I could come and sing, and so got in the subway, and then it was late, so that's my excuse.
You're here now, though.
I'm here now, and I missed some of you guys, but it was great to hear some of you, and I'm really grateful to be here, and I'm going to take my shoes off.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm totally going to change the tenor. You guys are so upbeat, and I'm not. Sorry. Like, not upbeat. You know, Lois, I remember a couple years ago there was a movie crew up in North Hollywood, and they were like, all the semis were there with their air on and their motors on, and I went up to one of the guys. I was like, dude, this is a neighborhood. Like, do you really have to just be chugging away here, you know? And he was like, call OSHA. And I was like, but you know, it's really hard to speak up and to do it without a temper like me. I mean, you can do it with a smile, but I have not gotten there. Like, I just get upset. And, you know, singing for me is an outlet for all of that distress that I cause myself, okay? Like, so I'm just grateful that you are sharing my distress with me.
Yes.
That's like the point of this. So thank you so much. This is a song by Bono. I've kind of made my own version of it. It's called One. You guys have probably heard it before. This is what happens when you clip your nails the night before you perform. Is it getting better? Or do you feel the same? Will it make it easier on you now? You've got someone to blame. You said one love, one life, when it's one you need. In the night, it's one love, we get to share it. It leaves you, baby, if you don't care for it. Did I disappoint you, or leave a bad taste in your mouth? You act like you never had love, and you want me to go without. Well, it's too late tonight to drag the past out into the light. We're one, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other, one. There it all goes. One. Thank you. Did you come here for forgiveness? Did you come to raise the dead? Did you come here to play Jesus to the lepers in your head? Did I ask too much, more than a lot? You gave me nothing now, it's all I got. We're one, but we're not the same. We've hurt each other and we're doing it again. You say love is a temple, love's a higher law. Love is a temple, love's a higher law. You ask me to enter, but then you make me crawl, and I can't be holding on hurt. You got to do what you should. One life with each other. Sisters, brothers. One life, got to do what you should. One life with each other. Sisters, brothers. Thank you. Thanks for my paper masters. I feel like I played the guitar terribly in that, but thanks for bearing with me, guys.
That was enjoyable.
I'd love to sing another song, but I don't know.
Yeah,
what-
Yes,
we're
we
good.
Really?
Encore.
Yes. I never get to perform, so I'm like, oh my god. Okay, something happened to my guitar because it just sounds terrible, but we'll bear with it. Okay. $700,000 people. And you know, it didn't have to be this way. It didn't have to be this way. It's unconscionable. Anyway, this song goes out to people who've been lost in the pandemic. And to all of you who've lost a loved one. Now I've got to not cry.
Cry, let it out. That's okay. Yeah.
It's a James Taylor song. You guys all know it. If you want to sing with me, you can, but I sing it the weird way, so then, I don't know. Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down the song. Just can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. Seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You got to help me make a stand. Just got to see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand. And I won't make it any other way. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. Seen sunny days when I thought would never end. Seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. but I always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again. Been walking my mind to an easy time, my back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. Well, there's hours of time on the telephone line to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. I've seen fire and I've seen rain, seen sunny days that I thought would never end, seen lonely times when I could not find a friend, but I always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again. Thought I'd see you, thought I'd see you, baby, thought I'd see you, baby, one more time again. There's just a few things coming my way this time around now. Thought I'd see you, thought I'd see you, baby, one more time again. That was your fault, you made me cry. I've lost a lot of friends in the last few years, so to make it through that song and kind of be able to play it on the guitar in front of people is like, it feels like a victory. So thank you all. Really appreciate it. I could just keep going and going, so I'm like,
Well, let me ask. We have one more act, which is Angela, to close out our event. But we need Lois went to go get something in order to make that happen. So I was wondering if anyone wanted to come up and perform one more song. All we need is one more.
well, I'll do it.
Okay, great. Male volunteer. Yay!
Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one else above you? Fill my heart with gladness, take away all my sadness, ease my troubles, that's what you do. For the morning sun and all its glory meets the day with hope and comfort too. You fill my life with laughter, somehow you make it better. Ease my troubles, that's what you do. There's a love that's defined, and it's yours and it's mine, like the And at the end of the day, we should give thanks and pray to the one, to the one. Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one else above you? Fill my heart with gladness, take away all my sadness, ease my troubles. Whew, that's what you do. There's a love that's defined, and it's yours and it's mine, like the sun. And at the end of the day, we should give thanks and pray to the one, to the one. And have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one else above you? Fill my heart with gladness, take away all my sadness, ease my troubles, that's what you do. Take away all my sadness, fill my life with gladness, ease my troubles, that's what you do. Take away all my sadness, fill my life with gladness, ease my troubles, that's what you do.
Thank you so much for playing those songs, bringing back a lot of nostalgia for me. And also a reminder to tell all those that we love them, you know, and what they mean to us. So it's important. All right, so to close it out, we are going to stand up. We are going to wake up, and Angela is going to show us how to put a pep in our step. So follow her any way you can. I don't think it's open. I think you have to go around. So this is the last one. We'll be closing out. Please join us up front. Feel free to leave your things here. We're going to lock them. So, or you can bring them as you please. But yeah, I will grab the speaker. So please make your way that way.